I started this trip at 120 clicks. Arrived, got licked, revived to make music. Seems everybody doing shit drastic these days. Some head off and away, and some of us stay. You gotta make those life decisions, and that's the truth. If you get lost in indecision, then you're wasting your youth. My man Boar got out to see something new. Widen his view, why don't you? It could improve your point of view, your outlook. You look shook, you mistook your nook in life for being stationary when it very rarely is. Scary, isn't it, kids? You start to grow up and show up at the same places every day. Why don't you stop and say, I pledge my devotion to this thing called locomotion, keeping minds open and rhymes potent in nearly every time zone. Call hello my home, but born in Saskatchewan. Moved on and saw a Sasquatch while in Babylon. You can't discover things exotic living in your closet. Try the tropics while I drop it. I should take my own advice, but that's my only vice in life. Hypocrite with a quicker wit. If it's a nice place, then visit it.
To ask for directions at the intersection was correct, and the next thing was to get in to the car and hitchhike to nowhere. I'm on my way to the stars and I'm fully prepared, but I know some people restrict themselves from a wholesome adventure. We go places to see faces we would meet if we were centered in gravity. Perhaps if we tour lands automatically, wisdom of the ages would have to be grammatically passed down the chain. New lessons that we'll gain. The planet 8MS, so get out there and ascertain as much as you can, and hop on the plane and arrive at your destination. Have a good vacation. In case you didn't know, I've been around the way, travel luggage on the go. When I don't have time to stay, I gotta get a lot of better places before I get older. I thought I ought to get a view of more than mother or shoulder. In fact, I'm a culprit of being like Jack in the pulpit, but now I know hiding from my fate isn't gonna solve shit. So I walk upon earthly elements and witness previous remnants. Can you see the evidence that still exists in the present tense? Different religions, languages, and tradition, all components of a past that outlines our mission.
Experience dreary things, sometimes it's maddening, as time's unraveling, our minds are battling, looking at the world, trying to define what's happening. You can seek out the answers that we find through traveling. Take a long intermission, a quick break to listen to yourself, follow your heart and intuition. You can start on a mission and depart in this condition that you must keep on searching till you find what you're missing. Everybody's going from place to place, some like they're being chased, others at a slow pace. It's important to remember this is not a race. At the end, you will only have yourself to face. It's no help to waste tomorrow, living in sorrow with regrets. I don't need them, all I need is my freedom. Cause if you keep on reaching, you will never be defeated by these challenges. If you're ready to meet them, find control with mind control. There's goals to be chasing, so you can find your place in civilization. Discovering directions and distant destinations. Situations are connected in each instance that we're facing. No matter where we go, we grow, and then we know more. Eventually we'll mentally have more to show for what we've accomplished on this rock. Because you need to take action, not just talk. These are honest thoughts, but you must remember that it's not only where you're going, but also where you're at. That's important. Don't go ignoring the moment. Try exploring. The planet is here, so we can roam it. Be productive. Products of environment. I'll rely on it until retirement. I intend to let go, cause there's more at hand. Maybe one day we'll cross paths in a foreign land.
What's up, Shook? Are you alright? I'm crying because I barfed so much. It brought tears to my eyes. It was joy. That's ill. No, but I enjoyed barfing. Did you get any barf on yourself? No, I didn't barf. Oh, maybe I did. I don't know. Could be barf, it could be beer. I might not be done barf. Or maybe if I chug the rest of it, barf again.
Got our shit and we left to get away from the stress, taking a rest or recess and then making the best of this chance to advance and put our skills to the test. And to anyone asking themselves, are we fresh? We're here to refresh your memory in case you don't remember. 3/4 of a whole minus one key member. Possibilities, villainy with vivid images, limitless leverages used to pull my mind frame into this as we begin to christen this meeting of the minds. I'm going in between the lines with the reading of the signs.
A powerful night of compiling music in the forest with some friends, and then the hours went flashing by and they both wanted to turn in. Good night. I told them I was feeling kinda tired, but I'm also feeling kinda wired, and the beat I was working on prior is circling my desires. I'm ready for the long haul, back-breaking work. My eyes are glued to computer screen. I've got a knack for taking circus atmosphere, and here's the result of my finished beat. I didn't end up getting shut-eye, but how was your sleep?
I think I woke up dead. This is worse than just a hangover. What happened last night? I think I should've drank slower, inducing amusement with the alcoholic beverage. My mind got the message, but my liver just hemorrhaged. Get intoxicated, then pretend like I'm sophisticated. Pass out when I'm all shit-faced, wake up just as wasted. Try to kick those quick flows and it hurts. Dry mouth, dry tongue, plus my lungs are gonna burst. It gets worse, smoke a cigarette, can't get enough oxygen. Coughing phlegm, others saying you look awful, man. Body feeling the toxins, head pounding while I'm talking. Raised and blazed in a daze, amazed I'm even walking. I think about breakfast, then think about throwing up, and then for no reason about the whole world blowing up. I didn't know I'd end up this fucked up in the morning, but I'd go back and do the same thing even if given a warning. The one way for sure to cure the way it hit me is quickly. With the hair of the dog that bit me, I stumble towards the kitchen and head for the sink. Rinse out my filthy glass and pour myself another drink.
Fuck 2 and I in the production line. Insomnia, insignia. Call me anything in particular and watch the beat tickle ya. Canceling solar paneling and handling every obstacle. Demanding full attention as I'm channeling my opticals. I watch a computer gadget, high, paste it and patch it. Lie down a dope bass line, then encase it in matching space rhymes. In case I'm out of line, I eliminate minutes, creating wits at a faster rate than a battle babble that you'll state. Perhaps you'll grab a good way to moderate me and my camaraderies, but the camaraderie ain't over till we have a pod race. The odd places my tongue visits isn't distant from this into an extraordinary cocoon of morbid heirlooms. Or is it just my excursions and instrumental perversions that gives tough diversions to all hip-hop virgins? My version is inexplicable, unexplained and unthinkable. If your ego is bloated after listening, it'll be shrinkable. The space for innovation is blatantly vacant, with a trace of something ancient. We're making mental patience. Excavation of impossible accomplishment is awesome, so we compliment ourselves for something optimum. Well, I'm fixed to live in a derivative of definitive initiatives, defeating all these kids living in the primitive.
impossible to try to be identical. Only the incredible will remain unforgettable. We never duplicate, we just illuminate.
Towards these melodies you gravitate.
And we're far from being flattered when you imitate.
But to us it only matters that we innovate.
We never duplicate, we just illuminate. And we're changing your perception like the shrooms you ate.
Yeah, we're spreading all the wisdom we accumulate.
Out of line if your mind is consumed in hate. We never duplicate, we just illuminate. We never duplicate, we just illuminate. Stranger in a strange land with a strange plan to overthrow the structure.
Let the power change hands.
Rearranging the order, we're up to the challenge. If we're swift with the talents,
Then we can shift the balance.
with this groundbreaking, innovative sound making, I've looked beneath the surface.
And found great things.
While you walk around taking all this credit that is undue, you sleep then when you come to once again we've outdone you. As we run through the red tape, evolving more, we're never going in circles.
Like revolving doors.
Try resolving your problems, cause nobody wants them to taunt them, or someday come back and haunt them. A word of advice, listen to the word of mouth, let it sink in and tell your friends what you heard about. Be positive,
Inquisitive.
and do things with initiative, my mission's to give.
While you listen and live.
Because this brain food with natural flavors is for the strange few that are actual cravers.
Others watch your behavior.
And watch what you will say to try to impress those that already hate ya. I know it can't make ya change your ways, but you shouldn't do something if it's already played. No 15 minutes of fame, I'll never mimic the same style, because we all know it's all gimmicks and lame styles. Reinvent the sense each time we check mics, and I'll be back to bite my own style in the next life. So let us clear the delta with the message that we shout about.
Imagination sprouts doubt enough to fight a title bout. And fly kids form hybrids that if you described would
Sound fictitious.
Yeah, we'll have you in stitches.
You wanna take
Of
pictures?
these movements suspicious, indescribable acts, but the facts aren't important.
You feel like you're on crack when you see us cavorting.
Ignoring them or ignoring, deploring, pour forth in torrents like St. Lawrence. The importance of the conformist, resorting to search warrants. Ignorance concerned with church Mormons.
So heed your fourth warning for warning.
High swarming, rhyme forming. Meanwhile, your mind's dormant to my formal abhorrence. Supporting past tense with rewarding expense and a billion pence sentence to pay as your penance. When you write a weak sentence without remorse or repentance, all throughout my experiments on beings that are sentient, I remain penitent and mindful of the elements with a mindful of elements like rhyme flows that are
We
eloquent.
always jump at the chance to display our
With a
talents.
strict regimen and medicine, they keep our minds balanced.
We never duplicate, we just illuminate. And we're changing your perceptions like the shrooms you ate.
Yeah, we're spreading all the wisdom we accumulate.
Out of line if your mind is consumed in hate. We never duplicate, we just illuminate.
Tend towards the melodies you gravitate.
And we're far from being flattered when you imitate.
But to us it only matters that we innovate.
We never duplicate, we just illuminate. We never duplicate, cause we illuminate. Word is born, word is this, word is that, word is served. Displaying skills with wordplay, making sure our word is heard. Word is life, word is left, word is right, word is illusion. Word discovering problems, and word is solution. No matter when I grab the mic, it seems I got a lot to say. A million different things that I thought today. My mind starts racing in every situation, exposed to my method of interpretation. I'm positive there's no need to be negative, but some don't get the picture even when they got the negatives. I develop my own thoughts to show to my crew. Do a warm up and some stretches, then running by you. Mind you, you'll find true that was soothing like herbal tea. Only verbally, bending flows like hyperboles. Not mathematically, grammatically, covering all angles. Joke will leave you breathless, feeling like you're all strangled. Just wanting to spun some that divides into three names. Our creative differences are what makes us the same. With constructive criticism, we build our foundation. Around the world with words is where we're found playing.
I depend on going off the deep end. We defend the planet from the end, cause we can. Three men with fully charged batteries, getting charged with battery on wordplay shattering. Nothing else is mattering. During my diction, it's like federal jurisdiction. Purely non-fiction, mixed in with science fiction. Contradiction, contraband, control of my constructions. Connection of my conscious, which contains no instructions. People stand under me, cause they don't understand me. The powers we possess should be labeled
manage to make any rhymes I don't hate.
Word is thought, word is up, word is down, word discipline. We're innovating music that deserves a listening. Word is power, word is in, word is out, word is loot. We're demolishing humans that don't stay true.
Let's take a trip down memory lane. I get up after the fall, but I can't remember my name. Anyways, as a toddler, I had many stupid toys, but they all got broken, so I guess I was an abusive boy. But the elusive noises coming from my face had my attention at a very early age. Giggles and murmurs, dumbfounded sounds. Then the words I was forming became my newfound friend. I played with them every day, no time for television. I freestyle in my playpen while my family would listen.
Who killed the samurai? Was a samurai in the fire of sand? Then who killed Sam I am? Who am I? What is the connection between you and I? Is life just something that you do then die? Who decides in the end or provides the final bidding? All the world is a stage, but where's the audience sitting? And who's the director? Why have I been misdirected? If it's true that all is false, this line should be corrected. We aim to succeed and never fail when we're done. If you aim to fail and succeed, then which have you done? I question these answers, wondering if there's proof. And I kick my rhymes naked as I speak the bare truth.
We reign the subterranean, submerged in substance, yet substantially substandard and emerge with nonsense. Silent mimes are out of line when they try kicking rhymes. A tainted ace with a painted face. Charlie Chaplin tried rapping in my dreams, that's what happened. Chapped hands clapping to this beat in a fashion, old-fashioned, full-fashioned, bear trapping, fur capping, a spear in moccasins. I beware of talking sin when I'm walking in, chalking it up to man stalking. The only way to convey what we're trying to say is through a strange little game that we call wordplay.
Word is born, word is this, word is that, word is stirred. Displaying skills with wordplay, making sure word is heard. With word distribution, word disconnected. Away from what's hectic, where the word is respected.
Come on, you got a lot to give. Let's see what you got.
I've seen me bark out of my nose. I drank too much.
D, next time. Oh.
Hey, get a film of my mark.
Oh, where is it?
It's some fucked up shit. Look, it's on my arm, actually. My rhyme off the rail that was arm off and it turns a little meatball.
That's some sick shit.
Oh my gosh, splattered everywhere.
Where else is it? Oh,
that's some burpee shit.
Dude, I can't believe I missed that huge puke.
Look at me. His parents are gonna see this one day and think I'm all fuck. I'm a nice guy. I swear to God. But look at me now, I don't think not. But if I was ever to hang out with you, I'd freaking bake you some cookies and some cake, some big cake with a lot of freaking green olives in it. Cause I like green olives.
All alone in the wilderness, far from civilization. Made my home fading fearlessness, now I'm stuck in this situation. My friends seem and act normal, and at times almost too formal. Searching through their rhyme books, I don't like the way their eyes look. I've gotta get them before they get me. Meanwhile, give them a smile and practice acting friendly. But it's suspicious the way that they try to befriend me. I sense another presence, and it's one of envy. I check their food supplies, and the cupboards are empty. They must want to get rid of me, cause they know I've got plenty. Mentally getting fragile as I babble for a while. Each night with my door shut tight, huddled beside my nightlight, but I can't shut out the sight of me dismembering friends and cataloging their limbs as my mind bends to what ends. Insanity setting in. There's things in my head again. My ears must have let them in. Boy, I'm tired of them meddling. I'll snap an abusive tantrum, see translucent phantoms and hear voices when no one's there. Under the constant searing glare of apparitions in the kitchen who tell me to shut my mouth and listen to the twisted freestyles as I choke on rising bile. Then my limbs start to jerk like an entity entered me. me. My legs won't even work, I fall down, struggling futilely from the outside of my body. I witness the metamorphosis of me and my crew, transformed into rotting corpses, surrounded by formless, moralless, soulless souls with less heartbeat and sock bleak, staring eyes, wielding sharp, sleek, paring knives. Too late, we realize we should have ran for our lives. Now the span of our lives could be drastically reduced if we don't break loose of these solitude-induced spooks. But I feel there's no use. Horror fills my soul as they start to chew on our corpses. Dark forces call the shots and evil sorcerers wrote the plots.
For some people, solitude and isolation can of itself become a problem.
At 4 in the morning, I abruptly awoke. I crept outside silently to light up a smoke. I've got a splitting headache and mosquitoes are tasting my flesh. I feel like I'm gonna vomit. And on my way back to rest, I heard a familiar female voice call my name from the dock. But that's impossible, she's in the city, but then again, maybe not. Am I hearing things, or spun out from lack of sleep, or is she actually on the dock? Calling out for me, beats me. After all, I'm feeling kinda sleepy. And if this ain't a dream, then this is kinda freaky. I ran into the cottage and grabbed a flashlight. Threw on a swimsuit, found a towel, and dashed into the night. Flashes of right and wrong darted to my conscience. The passions of my heart made me depart from being cautious. I arrived at the dock, and she was standing there naked. The moonlight reflecting off the lake did make it seem sacred. I didn't want to ruin the moment, so I initiated embrace. And when we began sucking face, I noticed a weird taste. But it didn't matter because I just kept on proceeding. And the next thing I knew, I was on to breastfeeding. Is this the real thing? Emotions and feelings, making love under the stars instead of a ceiling. The orgasm was grand, I was in ecstasy sexually. And when I opened my eyes, I was surprised because next to me was a disfigured being with decomposing skin, pale eyes and deformities that made it ugly as sin. Tufts of hair spread unnaturally across the thing. The only good about this scene is that it wasn't prison. I hopped into the paddle boat, put the lifeless love beside me, made my way to the middle of the lake, meanwhile thinking, why me? I reached my destination feeling ill to my stomach, tucked the corpse in the water and watched the body plummet. When I got back to the cottage, I showered like a madman, stroked my genitals like a psycho, wondering what just happened. Now you all say I'm crazy and your reaction is what? When I say at least I didn't get blue balls, I got to bust a nut.
Police, I thought that it was what the old timers used to call cabin fever. Kind of claustrophobic reaction which can occur when people are shut in together over a long period.
Out in the woods, it's much darker than the city. As you'll find cloak in a black cloak like Darth Sidious. Apparitions appearing over yonder by the clearing. I ponder if they're real things as I wonder what I'm hearing. All these sights that I'm seeing, things that I should be believing. I think about my safety, thinking that I should be leaving this instant. When all of a sudden in the distance I hear the strange screams of creatures dying with resistance. The exact same screams I'd been hearing in my dreams while witnessing the slaughter of the others in my team. I knew I had to warn them of what was bound to happen. Started running through the forest, then back towards the cabin, tearing through the darkness, stumbling badly, dragging my left leg and mumbling madly, angry at the spirits yelling, you can't have me. Then the root of a crab tree cut off my root and grabbed me, fell flatly on my face. Dirt's all I could taste. I looked up at the tree to see a man in its place. I glared at his size as he stared in my eyes and said, you scared to die? I was too scared to reply, scurried backwards in fright, and he said, beware of me. I took off at the speed of light, well he laughed hysterically. I emerged from the madness, finally arrived, decided to go inside, see if my friends had survived. I ran up the steps and with the creak opened the door, but the horror that I saw made me vomit on the floor. Half the bodies in the kitchen, blood running down the walls, visions of frightened children that are running down the halls, numbingly afraid. I walk in to explore these other bodies of my friends, but those who lived here before, from behind a shadow cast. A man with an axe as he attacks, I shut my eyes and feel a pain in my back. But now I'm back in the woods, somehow escaped the mazes, must have been trapped for days. My rhyme book filled with pages and pages of the same rhyme over and over. All work and no play means no fun for the joker. I don't remember writing it, it's like having amnesia when your brain's having seizures, run on my cabin fever.
cause every single human lives a different movie. These three MCs make more sense than two pennies. When we appear in your sight, you get a vibe that's friendly. We don't watch the news cause we don't like your reality, cause all you hear about is someone else's tragedy. Hurricanes and earthquakes, war and hunger, everything you feed the public just makes us wonder, what kind of direction is our society headed in? By the looks of all the bullshit, it seems like a dead end. You're letting us get into bad habits, and that's true. We need change in the structure, and perhaps you could participate by not participating in the evil that surrounds every decision you'll be making. To some the choice is obvious, while others are oblivious. Coming of age can be ominous, but learning is continuous. Time's pull is merciless, in the end you end up worthless, unless your worth is defined by the good you've done in your time. To leave the earth a better place than it was when you found it is the concept that abounded, but it's got so dumbfounded. Plus the problem is compounded by the way that we're surrounded by negative images about the ways that we're limited. Some have a lifelong longing for a sense of belonging, while we're pawning that longing for the thoughts that we're pondering. When did common sense become the uncommon? So long since nonsense has become the common link between those who don't think, and the picture gets worse each time that we blink. We bring these things forward to express his views, because it's highly important that you don't just choose to do what they tell you you're supposed to do, when the lies they're feeding you aren't even close to true. We collect thoughts to flow off with no need to show off. If you see us on the street, then you won't get blown off. We got an equal respect for the people that get down with us. Trust us, we got no ego to sweat, don't need no regrets, so we do as we please. Say what we like on the mic and have fun as MCs.